Alright, this is Andrew with Jota Home Inspections. We're doing a sewer scope today here in West Valley. Today is November 1st, 2024. We're at 4276 South, 3760 West. We have the camera pushed out 93 feet to the city connection. Now we're going to pull it back and record it and see what we find. So right off the bat, it looks like a little bit of an offset. If you look at that first joint, you can see a little bit of a shoulder or a lip on it. Far from the worst that I've seen, but that little lip is a spot where waste could collect and create a blockage. From what I can tell so far, this looks like transite pipe, which is cement asbestos. No standing water so far, which is great. That indicates that you have proper grade. I would recommend getting the insurance on this line through HomeServe. This is an original pipe, and HomeServe can help offset the costs if and when you have bigger issues. Pretty rough spot here. I'm trying to see if that's a joint. So right there, my camera gets caught right there. And so that's an offset. I can't tell if that's just buildup on the left, bottom left, or if that's a break. Still no standing water, which is great. I'm accessing the line through a clean out in the basement. So right there we just transitioned to cast iron. There's some sort of an offset right there. So as you saw, I was pulling back and it kind of went up and then it dropped down. It's all underwater, so I can't see what's going on, but there's some sort of an offset or a blockage or a break. I would recommend having that area located and getting a price to have it repaired, but spot repairs can be expensive. I mean, generally $4,000 or $5,000 at a minimum to break ground on a spot repair, and then obviously that's going to vary based on where it is and who does it. So that was one little bit of cast iron, which means it was probably a clean out outside. We're back to transite, which is usually more of something used out in the yard, not necessarily under the slab. And then it's going to likely transition again to cast iron here shortly. There it is. Cast iron through here. This is what's under the slab. Pretty rough looking. You could have it put coated where they clean it with like a chain cutter, and that makes it a lot smoother, which makes it less likely to create blockages. It looks like a wet wipe or a couple of them. Don't use wet wipes, they'll get stuck and they won't break down. Also, having it put coated might help with some of that buildup in the line that you already have. Oh, there's more. So when I flushed the toilet here, it wasn't flowing, acting like it's clogged. That, it should be real close. That opening on the right hand side of the pipe might be where the toilet is feeding. Or it also could be right there below my camera. In either case, I don't see an obvious blockage on the line, which means that hopefully it's just an issue with the toilet. In either case, you want that addressed, because right now you can't use the toilet, but hopefully it's just a simple clog that needs to just be, you know, repaired with a plunger. Hopefully it's not an indication of a bigger concern. But you do have one pretty significant offset where it was holding water. It was tough to get my camera over that spot. I would recommend having that area ideally repaired. At a minimum, you want the insurance on the line. It would also be good to get this line cleaned. especially with all the cast iron that's under the slab. That will eventually need to be replaced. I'm going to end this recording now.